This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with another I'll say a testimonial with this. This morning I was guided through my meditation to do something totally different, which was to I told you that my dream I had with my dad told me to do. I'm trying to see if I could get this more forward. Let me stop playing around with last time I did it, sucker fail. So you can see the thing for my next setup. And so what I did was I pretty much had did a meditation. I used Jupiter 1111's subliminal messages for the root chakra. I did that, very helpful, and then I worked in the next thing. It told me to say, move to your heart. And so I had pretty much in my last thing that I had talked about being spiritually unbothered, really grounding myself and rooting myself in that philosophy and understanding that that's what actually I want to be grounded and rooted in. It's just like things will happen and I wouldn't be fazed by them. And just be spiritually grounded and rooted in that understanding. I moved on and was instructed to do heart chakra clearing with the subliminals again with Jupiter 1111. As I was doing that, my spiritual team or the powers that be told me next, start at the same time, start saying the Honopono prayer, which is to start off saying I forgive, I apologize, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. I started saying that several times, chanting that along with the listening to the heart chakra. As I did that, I started moving into next, starting to forgive the karmic, the divine karmic, helping her to forgive about my piece, about me, us being a part of the three. I call it the triangle, the love triangle that was brought to my attention. I think Margaret brought that to me. And she's like, yeah, that's where you get the love triangle from. And Spirit had brought me that too as well. My part in it. Understanding that I know in some ways that the karmics feel, the divine karmics feel that they have been taken advantage of. But on another higher level, they understand that they signed up for this. This is not done by accident. Nothing just happens. It happens just. So I just started just to, starting with the higher part and working my way down and telling her, that again, I apologize. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I apologize. And I kept on telling her what my part, what I had did, whatever that it seemed. I'm sorry that you feel that you have been betrayed. I'm sorry that you feel that you have been taken advantage of, And then I started talking to the higher self saying, but however you did sign up for this, however I still know that it still hurts. And I kept on talking. All the meantime while the heart chakra was playing in the background from Jupiter 1111. I moved on and I kept on, and before I know it, I moved into myself, into my divine masculine, and I moved in him. So it was like the outline him, because my DM's like 6 feet tall, and so I moved into his body. He's thicker and bigger than me, and then I moved into his body, and I could see it almost like he outlined. He was the outline of me. That was him, and this is me. So I stepped into his body, and I started saying the Ho'oponopono prayer for him, like on his behalf. It's me inside, because we are one. So this is me, and I'm saying it to him, and he's there. I'm in him, and I'm saying that I apologize. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I apologize. And I start speaking from his part that I'm sorry that you guys signed in on this, and I'm sorry that you feel all through this that you have been used, and that you didn't really have ownership of my heart. And I'm just saying things over and over and over again through that, and saying the prayer, and at the same time. And I told her I released it. I had let it go. Once I had gotten off from that and finishing up my meditation and sealing it and finishing it out, and I always do the golden egg for myself and my DM, and also on the part of her, because I don't never know in the 3D level what transpires, to make sure that it doesn't get into escalate into its physical, especially with these times that's going on, or is very verbal. I'm sure that they're going back and forth verbally, however, but to kind of smooth it out, that it don't get out of hand, that it becomes very bodily harm to either one of them that's in it. When I got off, soon after, and I to testify, CKathy D had sent me a kiss. Then I had somebody else I looked on Facebook sent me a kiss. And everybody's been sending me kisses, emojis. Now, what I picked this up, and this is spirit, this came from thing, it was her higher self saying thank you. I appreciated you saying that energetically, that you apologize for your part in what had happened. And I just felt like a great opening on my end. Remember, again, us in this triangle here is the same thing. Our energies are together. Although I had separated and I cut it. I see I still got the little symbol here for that. I cut out and I stepped back in to let my energies come back into the circle again, because it was becoming toxic. She was so angry, and I had Sean Barker, who was on here. He talked about how angry she was about the whole situation. Really the 3D level. In the high, I say the 4th D. I'm picking up, they say the 4th D and 3D, because you still have a little bit, I call it that carnality, a little bit of that third energy bleeding into, going into the fifth. That type of residencies doesn't exist. There's no judgment. You see it, and you know you come from a place of love, how you got to change it. 4th D, you kind of still resonating with that kind of energies a little bit. You still know it, but you kind of get a little more spiritual with it. So you got that in between. And the 3D, you know, you just in your carnality. I'm just in my flesh, period, with that. And so with Sean saying that, he was saying that she was very angry about this whole thing. And so I could feel it. I had to cut it off because she was sending it over to me that I was getting physical manifestations on my end, and I was like, I gotta cut it, because she's sending it my way, you know, although she's divine, but she's using her powers in the wrong way, and I gotta cut this. Now thinking things have calmed down. I'm not thinking, I feel energetically things have calmed down. She's came to the point, just like what I did with my reading on yesterday, about from the quarantine karmic. Things are dying down. They're kind of getting to the point that she's kind of like surrendering. You know, still got a little fire in her. I ain't going to say that, but she's surrendering and kind of seeing the writing on the wall where it's at. And so I opened it up because, again, I had to start that sending that, like, filtrating through the system of more positivity, of the love in there, to kind of get it, like, it's almost they showing me like a pump, not a sewer system, like a plumbing system, and kept on sending it through the pipes to her, through the energies, or through that energetic line that's kind of with us together. It's almost like tubing, like electricity, that cord that us together. And so I have to keep on sending like good positive things, and saying you got to filtrate that out, because otherwise I can't come back in here and kind of help this situation energetically from my end. So, you know, I understand she's doing her part and whatever, but my thing is that in doing that and coming back in now, I can do this. Now I'm not, and I feel the powers that be say, well, wait a second, put a big disclaimer. I should have did the other one. I should have did the stockyard thing like Jupiter 1111, but I say that for the playground. And to go across the disclaimer, it's a ticker taper going straight across that disclaimer. Do not try this if you are in fear. You do not want to try this technique out at all if you're in fear base, and you have to feel it out. You can feel the energies, like, and she's still like that temple of the body card. They like, she's out there, got all her, let me see if I can see it, I don't know if it's in here, that she's got them claws out. Don't try this if the claws, and she's still in that type of energy. Says it's more so this way. Yeah, don't try it if that's where it is. It said this way. Don't try it if you, and she's like this, like, what you saying? No. Don't try that. Do not try that. Do not try that at all. Okay, if you fear, because why? You're sending that negative energies over there on her end, and she can feel that. Okay, you got to remember she's divine too, and that sensitivity. But if you're coming from a place of this pureness of like, I'm just really sending love to this situation, what you do with it, again, remember I'm operating from this thing of I'm spiritually unbothered. Okay, so whatever you do to it, but I know my intentions is good. It's not to change anything, it's not to manipulate anything about it. All I'm just saying on my end, I was doing was a thing, a prayer of forgiveness and surrendering on my end as far as my part in it, energetically, beyond all space and timelines, present, past, future, whatever. I wanted that to be cleared and transmuted. Listen to me, and listen to me, powers be, and be by witness very clearly by me in that practice. That's what I was doing, clearing all timelines from all space and time, transmuting in it from the past, the present, and the future, so that could be clear, so we would not have to energetically be repeating that lesson or that karmic lesson over again. I said my part. I spoke in also in within him, because again, we are one. We probably swap energies in there, so some kind of way I probably played my part in there as well with whatever was going on, and I was apologizing for my end of the thing. That's why I say you do that. But however, how I know it works is because I got evidence back in return. People sent me a whole bunch of kisses, emojis from several different people, and it's like, oh my God, this is different. It's just like, and I felt like I said, that's not from me. It was that was her saying energetically, her 50, her higher self, her divine karmic self, saying thank you, I received it. Now what I do from this point on is that, but it's been noted and recorded on my end that you had asked for your forgiveness on your end, and for clearing of the energies from me to you. Now that's what she does, and I fit in there again also for the divine. Now he's got to do his part too as well. I'm just not one half of it, but I want energy where I'm the positive or the negative polarity. On my end of that polarity, I apologize for it. So if I represent the positivity, I apologize for the positivity it's bringing in. And so now his part is, he's got to do his part too. I can't do all the work for him. He's got to apologize on his part. It's the polarity or the energies that he's representing, that he's bringing into the table as himself, as a divine masculine. Remember, we swap, so it's kind of difficult to say which way we actually are. So at this point, I just wanted to bring that to you. Please watch out. We are going to do on the playground experience, we are going to address union with self. Okay, make sure that you do that. We're not going live today, so just make sure that you look at that. We'll go live on Friday. We'll call it Ladies Night, and we'll have it, we call it, I like how Kathy D call it, we'll be playing in the sandbox on Friday, which means we'll ask questions, we'll talk, we'll chat, we'll do things of that nature. Okay, all right, until next time. This is just a quick check in and just kind of testimony about some things, so please make sure to, if you can, incorporate this. Take what you can, what does not resonate, leave it on the table, but at least what things you can, add it on to your practice. All right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you.